those Chinese teams, right? You just want to push yourself over the top, make the case for North America, and see just how well you can do. As the plane passes out of the map, we do have all of our teams out now, and we'll have to keep an eye out and try and see exactly where all of those drops have been. So we have a look at a few of our players and teams floating in now. On board with Sixless touching down. Omen have had a time recently, but considering how day one went for them, they'll need to have some more. Let's have a look and see where our leaders are. We do have 4 AM over around Valdemar sort of area. Actually, not north of that. They're heading towards Montenuevo. Never mind. Where are C9? That is the screen big now. One.
They're right in Los Leones, I believe, with FFQ and Fnatic in tow. So there's 3 teams all in the same city. This could be big, or it could be, well, tears for Cloud9.
If C9 can grab some kills here, get some early points on the board, and they're setting themselves up pretty well. But Fnatic, they just got a very, very big second place. They actually equaled the team who won on points. Both XQF and Fnatic got 25 points last map. So if Fnatic have a hot start again, then that's great for them, and I love that storyline, but unfortunately, it's likely to come at the expense of Cloud9, who are, I think, the fan favorite to do anything to upset these Chinese teams right now. Nobody else is even close.
Yeah, if you're in the chat, give C9 your energy. If you're from North America, show them the support, because they're going to need it in this game. 4 AM just looting up as well. This hasn't exactly been happy hunting ground. They did get that big game yesterday for 4 AM, that game number 4. They got 21 or 23 kills, I believe, to finish off the day.
21.
They were unlucky not to win that, actually. They got flanked by DKG at the end. And Cloud9 did well to get themselves into, I believe it was 2nd place, and just fell short of the hurdle.
Yeah, only 2 frags for C9 in that one, but still a 2nd place. They kept up that very, very consistent placings.
So they won the first Miramar and then came second
in the second.
Yeah,
yes.
So I mean, they can do it.
Only 10 kills between those 2 maps, though, when you're looking at 4 AM, who got 31 kills or something like that between... Actually, let's have a look. They got 21 there, and... Okay, never mind, it was 4. So they got 25 kills between those 2 maps, but still... Have to keep an eye on it. As of just yet, this C9 FFQ Fnatic fight is yet to kick off, but they are all right on top of each other in Los Leones, so keep an eye out on that one. Omen out at the water treatment plant as well. We have seen them drop there pretty uncontested, so at least they've got that going for them, but again, they will need some serious placings and some serious kills to keep boosting themselves up these leaderboards. If nothing else, just for the pride at this point, to get themselves as high up as possible. Getting into the top 3 is all but impossible. They would need, I don't know, something like 2 30-point games, so it's doable.
They're not playing for loose change, I tell you that. Every place you get secures you more and more of those dollary dues.
Absolutely. So 12th to 15th, 9th to 11th, 6th to 8th, 4th and 5th all get the same prize. Well, they don't get the same as all of them, but each of those groups of positions
prize brackets.
Gets it's a prize bracket. So it's 45,000 yuan for 12th to 15th, 60 for 9th to 11th, 80 for 6th to 8th, 100 for 4th to 5th, and then it climbs rapidly from there. So there is a big difference between, you know, coming in the top 10 and coming outside of it. There's a lot more money coming your way. You
can see the stats from Miramar yesterday for Cloud9. Average of 18.5 points is not too shabby, as Uneven misses the ladder. I'm not too sure I'd be too sad about that.
Average rank with a first and a second. Tempo. Spec taking some damage. Duck and weave, boys. Duck and weave. AL cannot find it, though, unfortunately. And we're now in a situation where, given that we have had a few of our teams who are lower down have had some better performances, we're looking at a spot where nobody now can really afford these early engagements. Like, if Fnatic hadn't had a big game, then sure, maybe they could just go kill hunting. But now they've got themselves some serious points they want to play to boost themselves up higher. Omen, same thing. Really, really big game 1 today. They don't want to just go hot dropping and throwing away potentially a game just to try and get some kills.
I think teams such as Orange, maybe Synergy, are in the position to start doing that. They haven't had one of those big games to really boost their kill points up. As Spec runs into more and more trouble. It is Omen this time. Sixless on the roof with an SKS is the best chance of taking him out. Not going to quite find it as Spec finds some serious airtime. But the Tempo players are forced to spread their ranks pretty thin. Nico's found a nice little compound to sit up in, and Rain is going to join him. But Spec has a little bit of a distance to go. With Chica, well, he's in a van. The man in a van.
With a plan, hopefully.
Well, I'd hope he'd have a plan. He has decided to take the long way around. Rain trying to spot out Sixless. Sixless playing a very cute little angle.
It's a pretty annoying one to spot between the corner of 2 roofs there, and Not finding too much from it, but that's a very, very safe angle to peek. He can pop up from anywhere along that roof line, and he knows roughly where to be aiming to be looking at tempo. They don't know exactly where to aim to look at him. So, element of surprises with him for now. Fnatic here on your screens, the boys who did have some very big performances in the previous couple of maps. 13 kills, 11 of them going to scout in map number 2 of the day on the final Erangel of PEC 2019. Hopefully they'll get some similar numbers happening this time.
Yeah, I certainly do hope for their sake they can. Synergy on your screen haven't really got anything rolling in this tournament. They've had some consistent results, but they haven't had the high elimination games. I believe they've been consistently placing between about 14th and about 6th. Mega started the day off with a little bit of a spark of brilliance. They almost got themselves into a nice position. A good game 1, but haven't really shown anything since then. I'll be definitely hoping to finish out the tournament well, put some pride in that Southeast Asia region, as Regaltos has been spotted by Old Boy from Team Unique, but he's all alone, and there's 4 players from Seoul here. Old Boy picked up, and that will be him done on the first Miramar. A nade comes through. I don't know what that was from. It might have been a team nade, actually, because nobody is in range of throwing a grenade. And you don't want to be playing silly buggers with those grenades. Explosives do hurt a lot.
They do indeed, and we've seen a lot of HE action so far in this tournament. You're lucky to be escaping without a bullet in your dome there from Team Unique with the snipers. That is pretty risky indeed.
Ooh, not again. Roche has actually been using this Kar 98 quite a lot. Naman
so
is
scary for Raman.
I don't like this.
It's like in the horror movie when they say, no, let's check out the basement. I'm sure it'll be fine. You're sitting there just like, it won't be fine. I know it won't be fine. Stop doing what you're doing. It makes me scared.
Viper's coming to pick him up, though, save him from himself as he keeps peeking for no apparent reason. Just to maybe annoy Rogue.
I mean, yeah, info, I guess. And the other thing is that he's reasonably safe from the confirm if he does get knocked there.
Yeah.
He can just fall back below the ridgeline, but still risky. Oh, speaking of risky, 4 wheels on the ground, son. There we go. Very good. And
he does get him just as we tune away.
Got him as well.
Yeah.
That's what you get, to be honest. I think you're really you're playing with fire there. You can hear a car's bullets whizzing past your dome. You're just like, no.
He's gonna take out some
What
tires.
if I peek?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's lost his hat for that too, which is not fun. Losing your helmet in this situation is just not fun at all. It's unfortunate, I guess, but it's what you get for messing with the players of caliber in this lobby. You can't really be afford to peeking over and over and over again. He's going to hit one eventually, isn't he?
You can't really afford to play with him. It's like, I'll miss, because no. All of the players here are here because they don't miss very much. That's kind of the point of professional play. Mega here on the rotate, jumping around the hills and, I don't know, mini cliffs, whatever you want to call them here, of Miramar.
Yeah, they're kind of just hanging out. Everyone is playing pretty cautiously so far.
I think that's largely because of the good results that a lot of our lower teams have had. Like, we spoke to a few teams, not to name anyone because, you know, they don't want to out strategies. We spoke to a few teams who were saying, yeah, you know, if we have 1 or 2 more poor games, then we might just start hot dropping it to see how we go. But the large majority of our teams who started off on the bottom of the leaderboard today have had a big resurgence in the last 2 games.
Yeah, Seoul being one of them, Fnatic another after that last game.
Omen as well.
Omen, yep, they've come up a long way. Unique have had okay results, I guess. They're just sitting like on that average baseline where one good result will propel them up a fair bit because they're staying in touch with the placement points they're getting, but they haven't really got that big elimination game under their belt just yet. And of course, nobody apart from China and Cloud9 have won a game. Hopefully we can buck that trend right here and we can get them get a win for South Asia or Southeast Asia. That'll be my hope for this game. I've always got a soft spot for Team Queso, so maybe they can pull something.
I was about to say I'd like to see Team Queso get a win for purely selfish reasons. I mean, it's not. I don't even think I'd like to see someone other than China win just to see if they can do it, because all of our Chinese teams have been so dominant. Like, it's not just 4AM who's popping off. It's all 3 have had wins, have had big high kill games. It's up to the rest of the lobby and the rest of our international field to try and prove that they can hang.
Certainly is. They've been hanging in gunfights, and we've seen flashes of brilliance from teams like Yudu Gank onto 4AM and Cloud9 as well, taking out a game versus DKG in the final circles. And there is the talent there. We've also seen Scout 2v1 4AM players. We've seen a lot of action break out, but we haven't seen that conversion just yet. The Chinese teams have had fantastic strategies and ways of dealing with every situation. It felt like yesterday that anywhere that 4AM went, they had the advantage in the gunfight on terrain.
Yeah, also just sheer aim they've had over everyone else as well. Like, we saw so much of XQF yesterday just picking a hilltop or something, sitting in it, and just shelling out death on everyone. We saw a bit of it earlier on Erangel, where Paraboy just sat in a little wizard tower by himself and is just solo fighting teams at range. Zone about to shift, and it's going to center up on Orange, C9, Tempo, Team Queso, all of those teams right in the middle of things. So
definitely looking
pretty good for all of them, but the thing that's not looking so good is look how many teams are in close proximity in the center of this circle.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those situations where we get to that 4th or 5th circle, and all of a sudden we're going to lose about 60 to 70% of the lobby very, very quickly. The action's going to come thick and fast when it does. Scout, the MVP of last game, manages to squeak away in his little van, away from Mad GG's crosshair, which is not somewhere you want to be with DKG being so dominant. Wi-Fi has actually taken a knock onto Spec early days. It is with an SKS, so I'm assuming that was from a little bit of a distance.
Kasaki actually looking for Rogue here. Spotted him out in the convertible. Going to get some shots on, but not finding... I think it's 2 bullets on, but not finding too much. And Rogue, surely at this point, is now out of effective range of that AR, but it's still pretty risky.
With that big scope on it, you can get the shots off and land. I don't think it will do the full damage, but it'll still tickle a little bit. Kitsune is there to help his mate out. Old Boy is actually the only player in the lobby that has perished. The might of Regaltos, Team Soul. So, very, very slow start to our first Miramar of the day.
But that was to be expected, I think, given how high the stakes are for all of our teams now. Now that pretty much every single team has a chance of moving up. Not going to say has a chance of winning or even being top 3, but everyone now, I think, is pretty much within one good game of taking a few positions up. Sixless going to get a trade happening here with one of Soul's players, but it's knocks both ways, not confirmed.
Yeah, I don't think that player is going to be able to be revived, as Soul look like they're crashing in onto Omen after getting that knock. Mortal pushing up very aggressively. Zute in his sights. He's managed to find him pretty cleanly too. Wow. He's going to move in through. He's going to get the... No, he doesn't quite. Carnage manages to escape. It is Regaltos cleaning up Zute and Sixless down. It is going to be Carnage going down next. 3 down for Omen. It is just Wi-Fi on the run. And Soul have come through and cleaned house.
That is, I think...
Oh, it's getting close. Mortal with the spray from long range. Swaps weapon to the Kar98, but it's not quite enough.
That is the first really clean compound crash, I think, of PEC. We haven't actually had much compound crashing at all. It's just been team fights out in the open for a lot of it.
You've got a feel for Omen too. They've been on the up and up today. And now they've left themselves in a sticky situation. FFQ taken out early last game, continue a bad run of form as DKG continue their good run. Getting an elimination there.
And then just mowed down by a truck.
It's a really unfortunate way to go out. Not my idea of a good time, as Chopper is going to be stuck behind this rock, you'd feel. Moxon isn't going to let up, and he's going to take out the tires.
Yeah, he's got free line side of that, and Chopper
Chopper,
goes out and peeks for it. Where are you, son?
Chopper's scared.
I think he must have taken shots from somewhere else to his right or left, because there's no way. Surely it doesn't stay behind there. With the wall of smokes, he is going to be off in the clear, but there you go. I think he took some shots from Crazy, and that's what made him move. And he's going to get knocked for it as well. I don't think there's anyone close enough to res that.
No, I believe Chopper is going to go perish to the desert. Oh, Cool Boy has eyes on DKG, and he'll know that that is that team now after they did get that knock onto FFQ's players. So this is all information being used by these Chinese juggernauts. Wi-Fi is stuck in a sticky situation, actually, but I think he's just going to tank for, well, rank tank, really. It's the only option he's really got as a solo player now. As Chopper's finished off by Moxon. Jimmy on the high ground. Cool Boy as well. This is what you mentioned. XQF finding elevation and using it to their advantage with these DMRs.
They really have liked it. Mad, actually, getting a little bit too keen in the smokes. Coolboy spotted both of these players being on the run. He's not able to convert a frag out of it just yet, but he's certainly hunting for it.
That's a good shot and a follow-up too.
That's dead on. One more will do it onto MLV Sue.
This guy has eyes like a hawk. You remember last game, he managed to, well, kill about 2 or 3 players through grass where I swear I couldn't see anything, but he was dead on with the crosshair. Unfortunately, he hasn't got the information that we have as the player has moved on into safer surroundings inside the house with his friend. But Coolboy doing a lot of damage there, expending some meds, damaging some armor. That is all economy that will come into effect later on in the game.
Gonna get a bit of a replay here. This is Tucker going down, so gets knocked and boom. Was that quick?
Unfortunate stuff for little Tucker. And Yudu up on the high ground now, playing in the hills, a little bit of a 2-2 split. They've had so much potential. They've had one of the potentials to blow the game out and have a really big win like 4AM. They've had some high kill games, but they just haven't managed to convert that into a victory. As Aman takes a shot again, he's been poking his head out all sorts of corners and wearing some bullets.
Don't recommend it, to be honest. Bullets, not great clothing.
Oh, they hurt a lot, I imagine. Personally, haven't tried one, but I'll steer clear of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend that you and anyone listening doesn't do that. This has been your helpful advice panel with Brainstorm and Smash. Circle is going to center up, pretty much just donutting straight on in. Orange in the center, C9, Mega, Soul, Tempo, Synergy. A bunch of our teams already in there. Where are the big boys? 4AM coming in from the north, DKG the southwest. And see where the other teams are to have a quick look at the map.
There's 2 Chinese teams on the south and 1 from the north is what I saw.
Oh, there it is. XQF coming in from the south. Yeah, exactly.
I think there's still enough room in this circle for everybody, funnily enough.
This circle ain't big enough for all of us.
Well, in fact, it is. I don't think we're going to see too much action going into this circle, but the one after, oh boy,
yes,
that's
absolutely. That's going to be the Thanos circle is your go-to.
Snaps half the lobby out of existence. Not something I'd recommend doing either, by the way.
If you get all the power stones, please never snap your fingers. Don't listen to any music that might make you want to snap along. Just don't do it.
Turn the jazz off. Don't do it.
Literally what I was thinking. Synergy going to be caught out by 4AM here. Suck looking for the damage, but somehow Synergy have avoided it. Tried up. That's a bit risky, but he will get away.
No, he's fine. He's managed to group up with his teammate there, and Synergy have claimed a little bit more ground as Wi-Fi is being hunted, and this could be our last player from Omen eliminated by Nade by himself. Yeah, so denying the point to Soul.
And with that,
Omen.
I wonder if we'll see an Omen hot drop next game.
We'll have to wait and see. They still have the potential to move up in the rankings with another decent performance, but a hot drop would be quite spicy to end the tournament on.
Well, they call it a hot drop for a reason, mate. We know how you are with spice.
My eyes water at the sight of black pepper, in fact.
Yeah.
It's quite rough.
Yeah, Smash had some water once that was too spicy for him. It was tough.
That's not very nice, in fact. Back on board, Black Coolboy in the same location as he's been for the past
he's outside
8 to 10. He's got out of the bin.
Bin, I guess the bin, yeah. Outside of the bin. It's always a good way to be, not in the bin. I recommend it. 4AM once again have split up a bit, and they will be looking for some frags. Having a look on the map, you can see it there. All 4 of those players with the 12 are 4AM, and they're all spread out, looking to see what they can find. Pretty much just solo looking for fights at this point, because they don't really need too many more placement points if they can continue getting the frags that they have been. So keep an eye on them. Team Queso, I don't even know where those shots are coming from. It looks like they're all pretty well in cover inside the compound to me.
Yeah, Dexy's head popped up for a little bit. He wears a shot as XQF are starting to spread out now, trying to get that information. This is something that they've done quite of a common play for them, is they'll spread out a little bit, try and find information on where a team is, and then they can choose to either engage or stay well clear. It's not a bad shout. I mean, if one of their players gets picked off, it's unfortunate, but they still have the firepower to go the distance in the game, as we've seen them do well from positions like that before. Especially that clutch from Jimmy last night. Managed to secure, what was it, 2nd or 3rd place from a disastrous position.
Yeah, I believe
it was actually 3rd in the 2nd game, I believe it was.
Have a quick look. Game 2, XQF came in 3rd.
And that was on the back of Jimmy and his heroics.
There was a substantial time spent snaking in the grass. Did very well for himself, though. Apart from the unfortunate loss of Omen, not too much more has really happened this game. Team Seoul currently sitting with all 4 points from Omen. They did take them out single-handedly pretty much. DKG have grabbed 2-1 for Yudo,
no.
and of course there's one of those kills
Don't
missing.
you stand still. The shot comes out just a hair too early. And Rain is going to scamper down the hill into cover.
Rain's so lucky to have avoided all of those.
Yeah, it definitely has, especially from the gun of Svanovo, even. As Nico now starts to hear the shots rain out in his direction, he needs to move away very quickly. Look at that shift. That's a rude one. That is a northeastern shift and could be the snap.
That's nice for 4 AM. C9 are also in there as well. Mega just to the south. XQF actually going on a very fast rotate. They could either come in behind here, Mega, or go all the way around to that eastern side of the circle and drop in the back of the circle, but it looks like they're coming straight into the south. They could be crashing directly into Mega here, and already they're getting some shots on. Rodfiat looks to be the first to fall.
Paraboy in the sides, here's Rodfiat, and the side of Mega Order pushes up to gain ground while the covering fire is laying down. A nice headshot connects onto Pons. That will signal him
Paraboy
falling back. Rodfiat pokes his head out again. Paraboy doesn't manage to connect and get the aggression he needs, but he's laying down an incredible amount of suppressing fire at the moment as Order is pushed up very aggressively on line 24. In danger, the third person comes out and he's claimed that kill pretty easily. In the meantime, Scout's getting into his Indian brethren as Aman drops down. It is Order pushing forward to collect on line 24. Stoned next in his sights. The nade primed. The nade bounce up, not going to claim a whole lot of distance. In fact, it was rather useless, but like a screen door on a submarine. That one, it wasn't too hot.
I've somehow never heard that before. That's not bad, man. Still a lot of pressure here on for Mega, though, as XQF, one of the best teams in this entire tournament, continuing to put the pressure on them now. Raining grenades on in. They're getting close, but not able to find the damage they need. However, still a lot of work being done. Rain going to grab a knock onto Drax as well. It's been one of Yudo's best players, actually probably Yudo's best player throughout of this tournament. And XQF, they still want to get into this engagement. They don't want to overextend, but they want these kills. C9 are sitting in their compounds pretty safely at this point.
Yeah, Cloud9 could have an angle onto this if they poke aggressively. Mega are being forced back further and further towards Cloud9 as Team Unique are eliminated. Yudu have found some handy points there.
Is there a Team Queso on top of C9?
They're very close to each other.
They are. They're in the same compound.
That is scary stuff for both of those teams as XQF has lost order to Pons. So the aggression is being punished, but on comes Jimmy to save the friend. Cool Boy starting to get aggressive, pushing up towards Stone. The nade is not going to land, but he will find the head of Stone poking up and around. Pons is going to finish off order as C9 starts to get into Team Queso. FFQ's rotation has been caught by the side of Orange as Fnatic have lost another player in that fight to Seoul. Pyra getting into Team Queso. He's managed to claim 2, but uneven's been found by DKG.
Third partying this now?
The action is breaking out like it promised to on the map. And finally, Nico has found another player from Fnatic. They're down to 1, and I believe it is just Scout as he's aiming at Chica. He's claimed him, but Scout goes down, and Fnatic in 13th go down. Cool Boy knocked. So now XQF are struggling. It is just Jimmy alive, and he's going to try and take the fight, and he's down. That's XQF down in 12th position with 1 point to their name. That's disastrous for them. Seoul now getting aggressed on by Yudu. Jumper with a double nade. Make it a 3rd. Make it a 4th. Spec actually steals Viper, and that's going to seal Seoul.
Goodness gracious me, that's a lot of teams lost very quickly. XQF is the massive loss there. Only 2 points. That is a chance for the distance to, well, the gap to be widened between the other Chinese teams and C9, crucially. If they can stay in this, that's now a chance to catch up. It's only 2 points for XQF. If C9 can have themselves a 15 to 20 point game here, they're right back into it as at least one of their opponents is no longer moving in points.
Yeah, and it is C9 with a decent position on the edge of this circle. They need to get Team Queso out of this compound though. When they can't push up any further really, as 4 AM have a very good line of sight onto Tempo Storm, all cowering behind a tractor and a hay bale. It's not ideal. A Spec returns onto Suck though. Suck might not be able to be revived in that position. Jumper is onto Chica. Jumper's been on fire so far this round.
Oh my god. Okay, never mind. It's just looking at this live points ranking. It's 39 points that C9 need to overtake XQF. Jeez. It's doable, and they're continuing to put out damage here. Mega taking fire from 2 teams now. C9, Team Queso all getting involved. Nico, though, tempo will fall. It's Yudu getting back involved here with Jumper finding himself another kill.
And we saw Yudu threatening tempo on that live leaderboard. If they continue in this way, you can't say they aren't a chance of catching them up. Mega now moving up the ranks. Orange, in fact, on last place in that Riot Live rankings. They're still up as toes are being crushed by Samanovo. Chica and Rain are dancing, feeling the heat of this mini. More smoke grenades do come out. The angle has been found by Zinth. Spec drops to the ground. Tempo, surely your run has ended on Miramar in this position.
Oh, they're so pinned down. 4AM spraying them wildly. They know that all those players are there. There's still a knock coming through for Tempo as well. And
Chica with it.
Oh my goodness,
Oh, no.
that's a god nade.
That is the god nade to claim 3. And my lord, 4AM are on the move now. DKG claim Drax from Yudu, so that's going to be a big knock in the scale of this game as Yudu have been moving forward with power through that east or western side of the lobby. 4AM are almost on top of Synergy and DKG. Cloud9 now getting under pressure from Team Queso, but they've managed to clear out that compound that was threatening them. Cloud9 now eliminate Team Queso and move up the ratings. They've got 6 points to their name. They're going to need a lot more to catch up to the Chinese teams above.
Yeah, they need, I mean, they know the fixed point of minimum is 109. I think the other teams are at 105, but they'll be above that now with the extra points they've gotten. So C9, they pretty much need a win here on Miramar while XQF is out in order to push themselves back up. They are sitting at 6 points, still with 4 alive, but so too to DKG and 4AM, both still with 4 players up. And as the other teams start to bleed, start to lose players, it is looking like we might have yet another Cloud9 versus 2 Chinese teams at the end of things here as DKG puts some shots into C9, not able to land too much just yet. But for the North Americans, this is far from done. They're in with a shot with XQF eliminated, but there is so much work to do.
Synergy could play spoiler here as they're coming into the back of these 2 Chinese teams on the rotation. It looks like 4AM know, though. They know that something's up. Cloud9, they are struggling on the southern side of the circle. DKG remain kings of the hill, kings of the lobby with prime position. You can see on the minimap in the center, they have the center of the circle as Yudu are struggling to push in from the west. Orange remaining quiet in the southwest. They haven't really poked anybody out. Synergy, though, they could play spoiler, and they start to now as Moxon's been taken down by them. Jumper from Yudu's goes down. Orange starting to get involved. Only 1 player now remaining for Yudu. You'd say their Miramar is done.
Synergy want to take the fight to DKG here, and while it's a very difficult one to win, they are 4 against 3. All of these nades flying in are going to force Synergy back just a little bit, but if DKG go down, or even if DKG are distracted for long enough for C9 to get involved, it's actually 4AM who are third-partying this now onto their Chinese brethren. Mad is down and just 1 hit from death as Yudo Gang leave us in 6th, and another member of DKG falls.
Now they're answering onto Orange too. Suck taking 2 fights at once, 4AM. They're not scared of fighting anybody in this lobby at all. Beowulf claiming some nice territory here with these smoke grenades. He's going to be able to push up onto DKG and get some answers. Taking some shots with some Kar98, but he has going to fall back. He's scared of these nades. Synergy will get an angle on him if he does try and crest the hill.
That's
1
the thing.
Last nade for Beowulf. What can he do with it?
He really wants to fight DKG, but he knows Synergy are over there as well.
He can't find anything with that last nade. DKG are stuck in a little bit of a hole now, and it is Savano, yeah. I'm going to struggle with that name.
Yeah, it's difficult. Stork is also struggling here as he's hunkered down behind a tractor, very similar to the one in which Tempo Storm met their end, and another player from Orange will go down. Pov double tapped almost immediately, and now Synergy are getting stuck into C9, uneven. Gonna cop a knock. They'll be able to get that res across, but again, C9 are our team that need to be the movers and shakers here. DKG have taken a bunch of damage, but 4AM are still in this with a whole bunch of points as well. 5 kills already for them, and they are the big bad guys.
DKG could have a line up here onto the side of Synergy if they're not careful. They haven't checked this angle just yet. 4AM are now putting pressure into Synergy, and yeah, there he is once more again. Svanovo Another kill in the exact same position he claimed one of the DKG guys from. Pyro is poking his head up. He needs to get down. As Synergy are getting picked apart in these final circles. Percasas is now claiming kills and Beowulf popping in, and that's Synergy out. That was one of the hopes to claim this DKG stronghold, but now they've given up their positioning. 2 players knocked almost instantaneously from 4 AM onto Cloud9 DKG. They wear one themselves, only up to 1 player remaining. 4 AM controlling this final circle. DKG bow out. 2 players from Cloud9, 1 player from Orange, and 4 AM in all their might. They're going to finish off Orange, leaving a 2v4 situation. Cloud9, their run on Miramar continues. It's great form, but I don't know if it's going to be enough if they only manage to secure 2nd place here.
I mean, they're going to get 21 points from this. That's a really good start to close the gap, but if they cannot do any more than that, they're leaving themselves. We're still needing a really big game. We did say at the start of this they needed a real high kill game, and never mind, that nade must have done it. C9, I was trying to make a point there, and they just got knocked out. I'm guessing it was a HG that went through, but it's C9 who go down in 2nd. 4 AM grab themselves another victory. The Chinese dominance continues. C9, they do